I did forget to take the banner off. So did Chelsea, but hey, I wasn't even meant to be live tonight. I wasn't even meant to be live tonight, but when I saw that Fabrizio article, nah. We had to crash again. Proper Chelsea, Mason Mount. He ain't so proper Chelsea anymore now, is he? Oh, but you're an agenda merchant. Mason Mount's gonna mud you when he re-signs the contract. How much mud was meant to be dashed at my head top this summer? How much? And we just dodged all of them. Why? Because we don't think with emotion here on this channel. Unlike a lot of other Chelsea fans. It's all mad. Certain man's kingdom is crashing in front of their eyes. And we're here to drink the tears. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, smash the bell notification button as well, and all of that. Let's talk about loyalty. Proper fucking Chelsea. Mason Mount. The boy who had a dream. The boy who had a dream to play at the Theatre of Dreams. It's ridiculous, bro. Big up to everybody that's in here. This wasn't even planned, but I guess the transfer window waits for nobody. Big up to everybody that's in here. Big up to my guy Fraser, Ravi, JP. Big up to Spurs fan. You know your Spurs. Big up to Fraser, Sean. Big up to Warrior again. Let me start that. I'll come back to it. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not sure if I'm going to send the link out to the panel because I'm not sure who's about. It is a bit of a late one, but we'll see. Whoever wants to roll through. Big up to Steve. Big up to Fox. Big up to Santiago. Big up to Calby. Big up Taha. Says, I thought Mal was proper fucking Chelsea. Yeah, he was. Chelsea. Ridiculous, bruv. Ridiculous. Big up to .44. Big up to Kostios. Big up to David, DK. I cannot wait for Chelsea v Man United. Because finally, people have seen the light with Mason Mount. The amount of people who spread their cheeks and did everything to defend this guy. He don't want to sign a new deal, and he's made it public so to force Chelsea to lower their price tag. It's ridiculous, bruv. People are really showing their faces this summer. And a lot of people are going to be hurting over it. But you're only hurting if you invested those stocks. And if you did, it's a bit of a you problem. Big up to everybody in there. Big up to Bobby. Big up to Apex. JB. Big up to Momo. Big up to Russ. Big up to Jay Sykes. Big up to Paddy. Alex is cooking Daldon never for a while. I know I'm watching when I bark up my spliff later, so safe for that. Hope Reese absolutely nails Mason. Getting a shirt of whoever gets him first. Warrior, you already know. This shit is hilarious. Have you seen Johnny's new tweet? No, I don't. Actually, I do want to see how he's tried to speak his way out of this one. Because don't forget, Johnny is the one that said it's Chelsea who aren't trying to offer him a new deal, by the way. He spent the last 10 months saying it was Chelsea not wanting to keep Mount. So, what do we know, eh? What do we know? And I don't even have an in the know. All it is just common fucking sense, like I've been trying to tell people all year. Mason Mount has gone all the way up to January without re-signing a contract for his boyhood club. What makes you think he's going to sign, especially when the way that he's playing isn't justifying the money that he's on? Clearly, the guy's delusional. He's out of his head. Drinking all the Kool-Aid that everyone has given him, all because of one good year at a world-class level. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. He proper fucking Chelsea and all that shit, no. Proper Pompey, bruv. Proper Pompey. Big up to Ryan. Big up my guy, newest member. Appreciate that, my guy. Fabrizio tweet on Mount. Let's go to Fabrizio. Bear with me quickly. So what's Fabrizio saying? Nice. Understand Manchester United will bid again for Mason Mount. Personal terms are 100% agreed and sealed. Mount plans to not sign a new deal at Chelsea. United want a quick resolution. Imagine that. Manchester United want a quick resolution and suddenly it's gone public that Mason Mount yet again doesn't want to re-sign. This is typically just being done to put pressure on Chelsea, putting pressure on the boyhood club. Which is why, just as snaky as Havertz is, just as snaky. Say what you want about Mason Mount, but doing this to his boyhood club is a madness. And I've been telling people all year, too many of these players are traitors. Too many of them. They will jump ship at the first opportunity, and all I get called is a fucking agenda merchant. Well, here we are, innit? Here we are. At least people are finally getting the message. At least people are finally understanding. It's like my mum said, those who don't hear must feel. Guess you lot are feeling a lot right now. The way people bent over to defend Mount all season is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But you know what? It's what some of this fan base deserves, if we're being real about it. Like, you treat him like a god for years, and then he just throws you lot away at the first sign of any problems just for a quick payday. The boy you had a dream. Oh, how Kante didn't get the banner, and this guy did. Bruv. Jamal says, who's worse, Kai or Mount? Two cheeks of the same arse, bro. Two cheeks of the same arse. I'm just glad this would have opened everybody's eyes, because seriously, if you're still defending Mason Mount at this point, you're beyond saving. You're just straight beyond saving. I don't know what I can do for you guys. Dominic says, I respect Gallagher more than Mount. Yeah, me too. I think Gallagher still needs to go, but like, at least he ain't being a rat about it. At least he ain't trying to force Chelsea's hand and try and get us to get less money for him. Even Havertz, to be fair, just kept his mouth shut. He still ratted us, but at least he kept his mouth shut about it. This guy, oh dear. Oh dear. It's beautiful, though. 500 you man in here, though. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that jazz. Mason Mount's camp in the last few hours have told Chelsea again that they are not signing a new deal, and Chelsea have therefore dropped their price to 60 to 65 million. I still think it's going to end up eventually around the 55 million front, maybe 60. I'm not going to misjudge Bowley too much. He's just pulled 60 million out the hat for Kai Havertz, and Havertz is even worse than this guy is. You know what's funny, though? You know what's funny? There's players who've been treated much worse by the club who haven't acted like this and tried to force their way out. Never heard anything about Pulisic trying to force a move. When Pulisic won a game time last season, I remember there was articles saying he wanted to sign a 1-year extension and go on loan to show his worth. Meanwhile, Cobham's finest over here refuses to sign any extension. People cussed out Pulisic for years. They took the piss out of him all season. Mason Mount, though, proper fucking Chelsea. Let's give him a banner. Let's give him a banner. The boy who had a dream. And all of that crap. And then make up this loyalty excuse because he's been in the academy since the age of 6 or something to say, that's why he got it and N'Golo Kante didn't. Kante still ain't had a banner, by the way. All he had is that hideous one, that the one step beyond one that didn't even look like him. It was ridiculous. I'm going to have to build another one after this. Big up to Rigo Park for the donation, saying fanboys will still defend Mount / man crush like Kai. All these minerals jock strappers won't admit Mount is here for money, not club. Denial is a river in Egypt. Exactly, man. But stay on that side. Stay on that side if you believed all that crap. Because clearly your mindset is more focused on individual players than they are on the club if you were defending Mason Mount for that long. I've said the one damning thing I saw about Mount's performances this season was that usually when players are looking for a contract, their performances improve. They're more motivated. They're trying to prove something. Mason Mount went straight into his own shell. Weak-minded mentality. Didn't want to be here, and it was blatantly obvious to anybody who just wanted to see it. But some people just didn't want to see it, and it is what it is. Big up to my guy, Ibsy, It's been a minute, bro. I hope you're doing well. Said we won, brother. Trust me, we've gone from one third of the Bermuda Triangle to 2/3. Conor Gallagher, I ain't even got as much energy for you. If you want to stay, it is what it is. But if a club comes in, yeah, your ass is out the door too. But the clear outs don't care about your feelings, bruv. And a lot of people are going to be crying. What was that Johnny tweet they asked me to bring up? What was he saying? I actually really want to see how he tries to talk his way out of this shit. Oi, Fabrizio, you liar. There's no offer from Chelsea to sign. Ask Toothpick Stanley. Toothpick Stanley, what? So here we go, feeding the owners Mount agenda because they're desperate to cash in on the most valuable and profitable baller. His head's gone. Oh, his head's gone. Oh, dear. I'll definitely be locked into the next Minerals FC stream. Fucking ridiculous, bro. What is he even trying to say? There's no offer from Chelsea to sign. Asked Toothpick Stanley. Mount's rejected various offers. So here we go, feeding the owners Mount agenda because they're desperate to cash in on the most valuable and profitable baller. Well, I think that's the wrong guy to be talking about Mason Mount agenda, but let's just get rid of that crap. What a day, man. 21st of June, 2023. Don't forget the day. It's not just Havertz Independence Day. Well, Mount Independence Day is coming soon. We are going to have another leaving party when we get the Mason Mount. Here we go. So stay tuned, stay locked in, hit the like button, subscribe, all of that shit. There's another super chat. Big up my guy Fuzzbrain saying Mount and Havertz are going to have a wonderful reception at the Bridge this season. Man United at home, Arsenal at home. I know Arsenal at home's coming in October. When do United come to the Bridge? And I need to figure this one out. So we go to United in December. April. Oh, boring. Fucking boring. All right, well, Mount's going to escape smoke for a while. Kai Havertz, though. Bring your donkey self to the Bridge on the 21st of October. I cannot wait. I will make sure I don't bum before games. So my lungs have enough capacity to boo out of my fucking throat. Can't wait. What else is everybody saying? Big up. Man said Mount wants England's biggest club. Take him. I can't wait because you lot won't be as patient as we are. You lot will not be as patient as we are. He won't be able to hoard corners every game like he does for us. Because when he keeps hitting the first man for United, Bruno's just going to come out of nowhere and be like, nope, you're not taking anymore. Free kicks. He can't keep hitting the wall like he always does for us. Because Bruno's going to come out of nowhere and say, nah, dickhead, I'm taking this. Then where's he going to get his assists? Because most of them come from set pieces. Good luck with the 2 open play assists per season. I think they're going to have a lot of patience for that. It's not like Chelsea where you can run the Cobham's finest gimmick and people give you patience because you're an academy player. Nope, no, my friend. It's different. You are now a big money signing. You now have to produce. You have to be consistent. You have to show discernible attributes. You can't go invisible for 60 minutes in a game anymore. You can't just get the ball in the half turn and just think, Lampard! And hit a long shot for it to get blocked. Can't run like that anymore. You got to start showing some consistency. I will be there. And says, burn that banner, bruv. Nah, recycle it. Make the N'Golo banner that he never got. Big up to Mioba saying, Lamps told us Mason Mount was not proper Chelsea. What did Lampard say about Mount being proper Chelsea? I don't know. If anyone has it, let me know. Put it in the comment section or whatever. Let me know what you guys are saying. Did Hazard get a banner too? Yeah, Hazard got a banner too. Hazard's one of the best players that has ever played for this football club. So he completely deserved the banner. Completely did. Also didn't snake Chelsea, by the way. A lot of people tried to run it. Oh, Hazard snaked Chelsea to go to Real Madrid in a transfer ban. That's how you just showed to me that you weren't watching Chelsea during then. Because Hazard wanted to leave in 2018 with Courtois. But out of respect for the club, he stayed for 1 more year to stabilize us, and then he left with a year left. He could have kicked up a fuss and went AWOL just like Courtois. We said we didn't want to let him go, and he said he was willing to stay for another year. Didn't demand to leave in the summer of 2019 either. He said, I want to leave. Didn't force it or anything. Could have again held him for a year, but then you lose him for a free. We're not going to do that. So it's not the same. Plus, Hazard probably left in the most respectful manner I could ever see from a player who was just trying to move on to his dream club. So don't ever compare Hazard to either of these hideous twins. Don't do that. I'm not saying you have either, but there's some Chelsea fans who have. Well, so there's another super chat. Big up to my guy Tyler saying, Mount is a penny two-faced and worthless. Some people can stay in your heart, but not in your life. Mount, neither. Wasn't even worth his current deal. I did say he deserved a little bit of a pay rise. I will say that. But because he's ratting the club, fuck him, dickhead. If he was proper Chelsea, he'd sign a 1-year extension like I'd been telling people all season. But, oh no, they're just trying to raise his transfer value if they do that. You lot keep bending time and space to defend Mason Mount. You will do that. You can stay in your lane there and go up to Manchester with him when the Here We Go's announced. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, my bro. Like, the amount of people who have blindly tried to defend, oh, he works hard. He loves the club. He just gets Chelsea. Mason Mount is Chelsea. Ain't Chelsea no more. Ain't Chelsea no more, is he? It's all mad. It is all mad. It's all mad. We get to reload this again when the Here We Go's announced as well. It's beautiful, bruv. Man says if we pay 16 plus mil for this guy, time is money, my guy. Time is money. Caicedo will not pay for himself. He'll not pay for himself. Oh, I can't wait to see the way some people try and explain this. Big up to my guy Marwan. Nah, Chelsea makes me happy. Do you want to know why? Our owners are ruthless. I remember hearing rumors that the old regime was going to give Mount 200 to 300k a week. Imagine, our wage structure is already a mess and we're trying to rectify that. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh yeah, big up to Southgate as well. Ryan says Mount's another Courtois. Honestly, with the way time has passed, I don't hate Courtois as much for the way that he left. He's still the pantomime villain whenever he comes to Bridge. I'll boo his guts out. I don't care. But to me, I don't think he's that much of a rat anymore. The guy did what he did, but he did what he did to get back to his family in Madrid. I'm not going to hold that against him. I understand that. I didn't really understand it at the time, but I think I was a bit younger. For me now, I don't really have that much energy towards Courtois. It is what it is. Your family was in Madrid. You wanted to go back there for that. If anything, we shouldn't have loaned him to Madrid for 3 years and let him build a life there. It is what it is. Mount and Havertz are on a completely different level to Thibaut Courtois. A completely different level. Massively different one. What else is everybody saying? Mount is pressure to perform now. Yeah, I can't wait. Because United and Arsenal fans will not be nearly as patient. They won't be nearly as patient. But again, that is just a them problem now. That's just a them problem. Most says Lewis Bond the spliff. Shush. 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 What's this? He works hard, he tries hard bullshit. They say that. That's why I've said from day one, Gallagher's just Mount 2.0, but blonde. But he's got much less of an ego. So to me, if Gallagher ends up surviving the clear out, I don't really rate him. But whatever. It's the same thing as Kepa, innit? Like, I don't want Kepa to be a number one. I don't think he's good enough to take us to a title, but we're not going for a title. We're going for top 4. I guess you're going to have to sacrifice that at least. What else? the people in our fan base that people are trying to defend the Mount signing. I've not seen any United fan that understands it and thinks it could work. Because I was about to say I rate United fans for that a bit more than Arsenal. Arsenal fans are trying to delude themselves into thinking Teta has a plan. Teta has a plan. Yeesh. Yeah, whatever, bruv. I've got a date with Margot Robbie. Big up to CNAC saying, is it true we might get 60 to 65 million for Mason Mid? No, we're looking for that. I still think eventually it's going to get to around 50, 55 million, something like that. But apparently Chelsea know that United have a history of folding. Let's see if they fold. Eventually, though, we will have to lower it, though, because we're the ones who have him on a year left. So we got to call it what it is. Our new owners are actually better than Abramovich. Our problems now are because of the old regime. Now, I do remember trying to say this in January, but I don't think I said it in the right way. Plus, it got turned into a bit of Potter prop, so people didn't really listen to it. But there was a couple of issues from the old regime, only a few. We're not going to sit here and say they were terrible or anything like that. No, like we've won the most trophies since 2000. Roman Abramovich and Marine and the others still did a very successful job on the pitch. Off the pitch, couple of issues that I do feel like we're starting to rectify a little bit. But yeah, there's pros and cons. Bowley's made mistakes this season as well. Miss Bro, check that stream out. That's like, I think it's the best stream we've ever done. The Havertz leaving party did not disappoint at all. And I look forward to the Mount one. You're not going to hate Mount in 2 years. Yes, bro, because Mason Mount is going to be in the back of our heads and we're going to be title champions. Hopefully. Big up to Vivek saying, we gave him a banner before Kante. This is what we get. By the way, these footballers have such huge egos thinking he's already Lampard or De Bruyne. Humble yourself. It's Chelsea fans' fault, though. That's the thing. That's the one thing I'll say on it, because we're the ones that put Mason Mount on the pedestal when in reality he was just the best attacker of a really shit bunch of attackers. And because of Cobham tax and everything, the pedestal just went even higher than that. That's all that really happened. Like, the ego thing, the only thing I understand with Mount is that we gave him that ego personally. If he was just given a longer pathway to the top instead of just being dashed into the first team in 1920, maybe he would be a little bit more humble. Like a Conor Gallagher, for example. Gallagher seems to be very humble from everything I see. But yeah, that's the problem. Big up again, Vivek saying we gave him a banner before Kante. This is what we get. And the explanation for it was pathetic. Lewis knowing egoed people. This is why I don't fall for emotion and all that. Oh, Mount loves the club. Havertz won Chelsea the Champions League. We got to keep him. They've delivered in big moments. What a consistent run in the Premier League that is. Bozos. Big up Harrison, man. This summer gives me such a feeling of vindication. And I knew it was coming as well. This is why why are you always talking about Mount and Havertz like this? Because when the truth comes out, you know what my stance was. You know what I've been saying from day one. And I told you all. The people that you lot defend to death don't give a fuck about this club. They don't give a fuck. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, two of the biggest rats that have been put on a pedestal in this club's history. And thankfully, the pedestal's fallen. It's about time. It's about fucking time. Jester says, check DMs. Will you boo both Mount and Kai? Bro, check the vlogs. Check the vlogs, bro. What's Jester DM me? Hold up. Flawless is messaging me. Let me just check. What's Jester's DMs me? Oh, it's Terry Flewis. What's Terry Flewis saying? Calling it now, Mason Mount will light up Old Trafford with his talent and Ah, Terry, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Chelsea will be kicking themselves for letting this go. Oh, bruv. I hope this is just like bait. I hope it's just bait. Because, Terry, you're better than that. You're better than that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, dear. You know what? Fair enough. It's either insane copium or it's insane bait. Either way. I just wouldn't have that on my name, personally. I wouldn't have that on my name, but... Not my problem soon. I never backed Havertz like that, but I did back Mount. Ashamed to say it. Don't worry, man. People are wrong sometimes. I called Lukaku R9 for a season. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. Just don't go out sad. It's okay to say that you're wrong, and I'm never the sort of guy who is going to beat you down for admitting that you're wrong. It's good to admit that you're wrong. It shows humility and all of that. So, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we back the wrong horse. It's just about admitting when you do it. I did it with Lukaku. I'll hold that. I'll always hold that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Last season was an L. Well, last summer was an L. This season, fat W. Not gonna lie, Lewis, I never thought of you for your football opinions. You're mostly a stream host, match day vlog guy. Turns out you were right all along. No worries, man. It's all good. Appreciate the acknowledgement and everything. Again, I'm not kicking people down who can admit that they're wrong. Big up to all you man who can do that. If you're still on the Mount or Havertz train, you're a dickhead. You're a dickhead. Straight up. Straight up, though. And people who want Mount or Havertz to do well, like I said, cuck behavior. Cuck behavior. Do better. Do better for yourself. Because it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you predict every snake. First Kai, now Mount. Last season, right, there was an article from Simon Phillips that said Bayern were interested in Havertz. And it said if they made serious bids, Havertz would push for the move. I knew from that point Havertz weren't serious about Chelsea Football Club. And he weren't a serious player anyway, so what's the point in investing in him? He's shit. So to me, like the last summer, right, basically every attacker wanted to leave. Mount wasn't re-signing. Havertz, not really anything at that point, to be honest. But again, the Bayern link. Ziyech, Pulisic wanted to go. Lukaku wanted to go. Cho wanted to go on loan. But people acted like Mount and Havertz were the only two that wanted to stay and they were loyal. No, they were just the only two that were constantly in the lineup and you lot will defend them because they're meant to be the best players because we finished third with them and we won the Champions League, blah, 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 and all that crap. The fact that Mount didn't want to re-sign early on with this entire proper Chelsea gimmick should have been red flags to everybody. But, oh no, Mason Mount needs to be given the amount that he deserves for all of that he's given Chelsea Football Club over the last 4 years. How about you just ask him to spunk all over your faces? Absolute embarrassment to this football club. It was obvious Mount didn't want to re-sign. It was obvious Kai Havertz was going to leave at the first opportunity if Chelsea weren't in a stable position. But people were too deluded and blinded by emotion to see it. But those who don't hear must feel. It is what it is. It is what it is. Big up to my guy, Mohammed. Big up to Rigo Park saying even happier the Mount PR army can fuck off to United. It's beautiful. It's United's problem. All the simps that come with Havertz, Arsenal's problem. All the fanboys that come with Mason Mount, United's problem. We are exterminating the fan base. We are exterminating the club. And in the next season is going to be a new Chelsea. No more of these idiots crying about Ted Lasso and Siri and all of this crap. We're talking about the future, not whining and pining about the past in 2021 and hyping people who delivered in clutch moments and all of that crap. How about we have some clutch moments in the future instead of waffling about the past like it means anything? Oh, we turned up in 2021. Now we're not even in Europe. What are you waffling about? What are you waffling about? It's ridiculous, bruv. Yeah, R9 was a madness. It is what it is, but I'll hold the L for that. I can happily admit when I'm wrong. And I was willing to admit I was wrong in Mount or Havertz, but I knew what I could see, and I knew what my gut feeling was telling me, and it was that these two are going. Yeah, best devil's advocate ever, bruv. You do well on the Chelsea fan advisory board. There, they probably wouldn't want me, but I'm here anyway. They wouldn't want me because I'm not going to spin that BS narrative. Oh, Mason Mount is proper fucking Chelsea. You fucking cucks. Fucking cucks, man. There's this narrative going around in the nose that there's something eerie going on at the club, forcing people to leave. Thoughts. Scary. That's that fucking shiver me timbers meme. That's my response to that. Come on, bruv. There's something eerie going on around the club, forcing people to leave. Paranormal activity. I know exactly the sort of man that are spinning that shit. We made a banner for a guy who left. Don't worry, man. We got a new banner. The boy who was sold. The boy who had a dream of playing in the theatre of dreams. Like I said to Flawless after United away, the game's an L for me, but we've won the war. Mason Mount is being left there. He ain't seen that brother since. Felix Stan's gone too as well. Yeah, all the fanboys are gone. I like João Felix, but like I said, the whole clear out doesn't care about your feelings. João Felix didn't do enough to demand keeping him, so oh well. The boy who was sold. Let me know you guys' other ad-libs as well. Victor says this Mount pack is amazing, bruv. Is beautiful. Nothing beats the feeling of fucking vindication, bruv. Nothing beats that feeling. It's different. It's a different knock. Let me see who else is crying on the timeline. Who else is crying on the timeline? Has anyone else said anything? Oh, it's crazy, bruv. Imagine, though, if Hudson-Odoi leaves, where is it? If Hudson-Odoi leaves, Reece James is the only one left standing. The only one left standing. But people want to waffle about, why does Reece James get that contract when he can't even stay fit? Probably because he shows his worth every time he plays and he's actually loyal to this club. Fucking embarrassment. The boy who let you all down. The boy who let you all down. The boy who sold you all a dream. Money Mace. Money Minerals Mason Moutinho. Add Manchester to that as well. They left us at 12 and dipped. But again, they're proper fucking Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. Actually, yeah. Let me send the link. I don't even know who's about, but Peter says we actually survived 4 years of this. It's crazy, bruv. It's crazy. Reece is the definition of Chelsea. Exactly. Do you know this year, the amount of disrespect that I saw Reece James get? All because he was on that big contract and his performances were slightly dipping because that idiot Graham Potter kept rushing him back into games straight out of injury. But you're not going to complain about him not playing, but you want Mason Mount to accept less money over this guy who's not even fit. Dickheads. People tried to throw Reece James under the bus for Mason Mount. Don't forget that. The amount of people who backed Mason Mount and Havertz over Chelsea Football Club, over players that are actually loyal to this club. It's a disrespect. It's a disrespect. Big up to my guy, Vitmus, man. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Man is saying, let the panel cook. Cool. I don't even know who's about, but we will find out. Because I also want to bark up my mount pack. So, yeah, let me get the panel in. Let me get the panel in. What a day it's been. What a day it's been, people. Let's see who's about. I wasn't even sure if it was going to be a panel stream because I didn't know who'd be about. But, hey, no point in not checking. Worst thing that happens is no one rolls through. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me do the Insta as well. My phone's saying. Oh, Dondada wants to link. Nice. Cool. Cool. I think I've sent the link out to everybody. Oh, no. Cool. Yeah. Calm. Yes, my guys. What are we saying?
Hold on.
What's up, my dude?
What happened with Mount? I just read the headline. What happened?
So basically, Mason Mount's camp in the last few hours have told Chelsea yet again that they're not signing a new deal, and Chelsea have dropped the price to 60 to 65 million. But basically, this has gone public because Mason Mount's trying to force Chelsea's hand because he doesn't want to be at Chelsea. So
Mr. Minerals is forcing his way out. Wow.
Yeah, and don't forget, Johnny also said all season that it was Chelsea who were not offering Mason Mount a new deal and not the other way around.
Lewis, I'm just going to keep it a buck here. There's a culture change at Chelsea, and people don't like it, right? They see certain players coming through. That's why they want to drag players like Reece James down. Yeah, that's what it is. It's plain and simple.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. But hey, we won in the end.
Right? I've been waiting for this day. This is the one player I've been waiting for. So I'm glad. I am just happy that we don't have to watch him continuously hit the first man on a corner on a consistent basis.
Facts.
Yeah, it's about to be some fucking crying going on in this fan base, bro.
Yeah, so certain man's entire kingdom is crashing before their eyes.
Yo, that Minerals stream is gonna hit so hard. Like,
look, we made it.
Don't forget, we're not offering Mount a new deal. We're the ones letting him down.
Guys, it doesn't matter. All we need is Conor Gallagher to make his way to a dog pound or another football club or wherever he wants to go, and it's all good, man. We've almost made it, Lewis.
We're almost there. Hey. What you saying, Peter? We're almost to the promised land.
We're almost there.
To the promised land.
It's part two of say no to terrorism at this football club, bro. That's part of the terrorism trio gone.
For real.
Just one left. One terrorist.
I don't think you guys understand how good the summer is going, and we haven't even really signed a player.
Yeah, that's I was about to say the same thing. We all in here. We are so fucking happy.
Nobody's actually came in yet.
I think you guys understand. We might lose pretty much everybody, which is a great thing because a lot of these people need to go. And with people constantly calling for a rebuild for the last couple of years, it's very hilarious how people want to turn around and cry foul and make up weird conspiracy theories that are based in absolutely nothing. to somehow justify in their minds their favorite being sold. If there's going to be a fire sale, odds are the players that you liked are going to be included in the fire sale. That's just how it works.
That's how it works. Yep.
How
No,
it
no,
is.
Simple.
Here it is, even bigger than that. Peter, watch this. Now, if we finish better than 12th, what could they say? What could
Exactly.
they? You feel what I'm saying? We finished 12th with all those guys here. All Potch got to do is finish better than 12th, and those
They will
people
find
have
something.
no talk.
They will find something to say. They will find.
But no, but I'm talking about logically, people with a brain would be able to look at them and say, "You have nothing to run with," because those guys was here. We finished 12th. We got rid of him, and we finished better than 12th. I don't know what more.
We went through the season, right? Everybody talked about how Graham Potter had a bloated squad and everybody couldn't even fit into the dressing room and all this stuff. There were all these excuses being made for why we were so hilariously awful. And now the squad is trimmed and now people want to cry. You can't have it both ways, guys. You can't have it both ways. If you want us to get new players, which I kind of do, then a whole host of players need to leave.
They want a squad clear out, but they want to keep everybody. Figure that out.
It doesn't
Make sense.
Doesn't no fucking sense, man. But this great. I to be honest, in the back of my mind, I was like, with all these players moving out, Mount's gonna resign. That's what I kept saying to myself. Mount's gonna resign. Mount's gonna resign. Holy shit! Don't look like it.
Nope, he don't want to be here. Nope. Probably fucking Chelsea. Chelsea.
Have this ownership group in their tenure just given the contract to somebody out of nowhere outside of Chalobah?
Reese.
I mean, but like Reese was negotiating a contract before,
yeah, and I think they honored what Roman was doing. That's how that went with Reese.
He was negotiating a contract before Russia put their hands on the Ukraine.
I think that it was, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been one of the things that they guaranteed him, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. I just remember that being a conversation like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. But I don't know. For me, yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Look, like it's just I'm asking that because it doesn't seem like people are getting contracts out of nowhere at our club currently. And that would be a weird way for the club to navigate anyways, considering we did just disgrace ourselves and finish 12th. So yeah, if we sell one too many players, I'll be a lot less upset than if we held on to like 2 or 3 too many.
For too long, yeah.
Agreed. The thing is, though, Pia, even with the Chalobah thing, like that, I swear that came after he'd had some performances in the team.
And like, it might be a case of they're trying to set up Chalobah's contract to get more money out of eventually selling him.
Oh, but they did though. Yeah, they did. He got like 5 years left on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's in for another 5 years. I swear, what I mean is, I swear that came after he'd had some appearances this season. He had some like good performances. It didn't just come literally. He'd been chilling on the bench for months and then just got it just while chilling on the bench.
Got you.
So he'd actually played games. So like
at first, I was like, Mount's gonna resign. I can't actually see him leaving. Like I was kind of thinking that, and I was like, well, they haven't really placated to anyone's demands, or they're probably looking at themselves and saying, hey, we royally messed things up in conjunction last season. People either need to get prepared to sit in the trenches a little bit and fix this, or like Mount in that situation, if you have 1 year left and you're unsure about something, or you're going to make demands off the back of not good form at all,
you're gone.
Like, you can go.
Yeah, go. Get the fuck out.
Like on one hand, do I understand a player looking at what a Koulibaly or Sterling are getting and wanting more money? Yes. But if you are in the midst of some of your worst form as a professional footballer, making that demand isn't always going to get you the result that you necessarily want.
But not only that, they made it easier for him to accept that contract by getting rid of those players who make more. Because if he think he's going to come in and make more than Sterling and all that, it's not going to happen. Like, just come on, work with what you got. Like, you don't even have the CV Sterling got, so you're not going to make what he does. Simple. So
the thing is, though, as well, is if you believe the reports, they were like placating to him a little bit anyway by giving him like, what was it, that 1 year extension, a massive increase in wages. So we're giving you what you want, like, and you don't even have to stay here that long.
But that's the whole thing. He doesn't want. He has never wanted to stay.
He doesn't want to prove it deal. He doesn't want to prove it deal.
Look at him
Yeah,
now.
we
He's
don't want that
pressuring the club.
mentality
He's
at the
pressuring the club for the
That's
fee to
that
go down.
mentality, man. He's weak.
He's
Look.
definitely pressuring the club to make the move now. If
Yeah,
that's what
like
they're
look,
doing. You know
like
what I
Lewis
mean?
said earlier, like it's funny how Man United want it done quickly, and now it's coming out that he's insisting he's not signing no contracts. Do you know what I mean?
Look, if that gets us our money quicker, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't
100%.
mind. Like
Get the pussy out of the
in
club.
my mind, I don't think the guy was of the level to bridge the gap between Chelsea and where we ultimately used to be, kind of thing. Anyways, so
Yeah.
if we can get 120 mil out of Havertz and Mount, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
same, 100%.
Like
I think the last bid what these lot put in, I think we just take it now.
Yeah, I think Man U should just go
The next
55
bid.
plus 5.
Yeah,
That's what-
if
Get
we
the
can
shit
get
done.
60 total, like we're good
Yeah,
on it.
55
Straight up.
plus 5, man. Come on, Man U.
Look,
Stop
you
fucking
know what?
playing.
Manchester United, I speak directly to you. I will drop the price to 50 if you take Conor Gallagher as well.
Yeah. Buy one, get
Nah,
one.
we're gonna get someone to buy
Connor's
Connor.
a
Like
whole
that's not
nother
gonna be
30.
an issue, dude. That's not gonna be an
Yeah.
issue. Someone's gonna
No, I
buy
understand.
Connor.
I'm joking when I say that. Like, if you just wait towards the end of the window, somebody will want a player like Conor Gallagher.
I'll
with
see.
him.
Oh,
I'll see
hell
him going
yeah.
to West
You
Ham.
better
West
believe
Ham.
it. Especially within the
Just
Prem.
wait
You
until
better believe
Declan
it.
moves.
If
Yep, that's
we get rid of
exactly
Conor
it. Just wait
Gallagher-
until Declan moves.
And we only have like what midfielders are we gonna have if we get rid of Gallagher and Mount?
I'll be
goes
honest,
Enzo.
guys. Okay, so we have
Oh, shit.
Enzo. They're probably going to sign Caicedo, but with
Yeah,
how
let's
things
assume
happen,
that they do sign Caicedo because I'm pretty sure that.
So
Santos will
you've
be
got
in the squad.
Enzo, you've got Caicedo. You could
Santos.
loan out a Casadei or an Andre Santos if you want.
Well, I would. You would know at least one of them are staying. At
Up
least
until
one.
now, you also have Carney.
Oh, I completely
Until he
forgot about
leaves,
Mecca.
until he
Look,
leaves, you still have Carney, and
If
then
we're
I mean, until he leaves, you still have Ruben as well.
if we're a little bit light in midfield as a result of getting like 180 million from Gallagher, Mount, and Havertz, I kind of live with it.
We're not
Who do
going to
you
be light. We're going to sign another one.
It's
We'll
just
sign
a
another one.
blessing.
though.
It's a blessing that we don't have Europe also. That's a big blessing.
Well, that's why I'm not really stressed about the numbers of the squad. Provided
Yeah.
we have 17 or 18 first team players who can actually play and are versatile and are adults, we'll get through a season. Like when we won the league with Conte in 16-17, go look at our actual squad.
Oh,
bench
Peter, I did the
has-
other day. Do you want to know? I don't know if you've looked at it recently. Do you know how many players we had that completed over 30 or 20 games?
I think
It was like 13 or
14?
something like that.
14?
13 or 14.
14. It was
Yeah.
14. One of those was
That's
Batshuayi,
ridiculous.
and he played a grand total of about 1,000 minutes that season.
Yeah,
Every
so
single
it
one.
was-
Yeah, he played off the bench pretty much every single game. He came
It was
off
the main
bench.
11. It was the main 11. It was Cesc. It was either Willian or Pedro, whoever
Willian.
wasn't
Big up
starting,
Bobby.
and then it was Batshuayi.
Alex go through.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So I don't think with one game a week, I don't think we need 25 actual squad players to navigate the season.
Yeah.
This is why, Peter. This
And
is why
I'm
coming
okay
round.
with playing like Casadei or Santos as like a
Yeah.
backup to
But this is all,
Enzo or
Peter. This is also why I'm coming round to the idea of Chalobah leaving, because I'd love him to stay, but it's like if you think Silva and Fofana can get you through all of the league season, because in the cups, I'll be real, I don't care. Play that Humphreys kid in the cup games, I could care less, right? But in the league, if you think Fofana and Silva can get you through the whole season, there's no place for Chalobah in this team. As much as
Yeah,
I'd
but
like
the-
him to
but-
stay, there's no
What about
place.
I
Badiashile?
completely, I hear you, but like there is no guarantee or any sort of evidence that Fofana can get through a full season.
Then
So
that's
you
that.
need to
Then I literally just said, depending on if you don't see Fofana and Silva lasting the whole season, and keeping Chalobah makes sense. If the club or as a person, as a fan, you see Silva and Fofana being able to go through the whole season and complete the whole season, then there's no point for Trevor. As much as I'd like him to stay, his usefulness to the team, if you think those guys can complete the season
but
comfortably,
there's more than
then-
just
No. But do
there's
you
more
do
than
you
just
think they can
Thiago
complete
Silva
a
and
season?
Fofana.
No, he's talking about two players for one position specifically.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you think they can complete a full season?
I don't know, which is why I said I'm happy for Chalobah to stay, but I'm coming
I
around
think
more
it's
to
a
the
risk
idea.
worth
I
taking.
don't think Fofana can, and I don't think Silva
Right,
needs
and
to be
neither
pushed.
do I.
for
I
a
think he
whole
should
season.
stay. I think that Chalobah should stay. He shouldn't be sold.
But again,
I
that's
agree.
like
Again,
that's a very
No,
in the
Chalobah
weeds,
needs to be sold.
guys. That's
Chalobah
a
needs to be
very
sold.
in the
If you
weeds
want
discussion
Lavia
for
in,
another
Chalobah
time.
needs to be sold.
If
That's
you want
Lavia,
Lavia in,
No, not Lavia. What's his name?
Cool.
Caldwell.
Why does Colwell need to be sold if Chalobah needs to?
No. He means Chalobah needs to be sold. If you want Caldwell
to make this team, you
if
need
you want
Chalobah
Caldwell
sold.
to make the team, Chalobah needs to be sold.
Why can't we have both?
Because we're gonna have too many center backs.
Are we talking
That's
five
my
center
point.
backs?
That's literally what that's the point I just made. That's the point I just made. Is we're going to have 4 centre backs next season, right? The 4 that are definitely going to be here: Badiashile, Colwell, Silva, and Fofana.
Yeah.
The 2 that are competing on the left is going to be Badiashile and Colwell, and then Silva can play either side, and then it's probably going to be Silva and mainly Fofana is competing for the right side. So depending on if you think Fofana and Silva can complete the whole season, because Chalobah mainly plays on the right, he can play on the left, he mainly plays on the right.
You're talking about not the one time. What you see? What you did? You used two center backs for one position, right? For the right side.
Yes.
That's only those 2. Do they play together on the right side, or one play the left, one on the right?
No,
did he just hear what I said? Can I ask the panel? Did he just hear what I said?
Yeah, I know. He's a little
Alex,
lost.
for example,
Just repeat yourself.
Alex,
Repeat yourself,
for example,
Scott.
I'll repeat myself 5 times.
With Thiago Silva, or a Colwell would partner with Fofana. Thiago Silva and Fofana would not play together on the same pitch at the same time. And in this hypothetical, Colwell and Badiashile aren't sharing the pitch either.
Right.
So, like, you have 4 center backs.
Well, yeah, you're right. Colwell and Badiashile cannot play together.
It essentially works out.
Yes,
to,
I understand that. But for example, like, let's make it easier. Starting lineup is gonna be, let's say, Thiago Silva and Fofana, right? Let's make them start.
No,
I don't think Thiago Silva's gonna start personally.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be for if everyone's fit, it's going to be Fofana and Badiashile.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
let's say Fofana Badiashile start. Let's say Fofana get injured. Who's going in Fofana's position?
Silva.
Okay.
Silva.
Okay. So you said for us to keep Chalobah, we need make sure that that Silva and Fofana not get injured all season.
Yeah.
Well, both of them can't be injured at the same time, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they're not playing in a starting lineup together, that they can both get injured, what's the point of keeping us Chalobah?
No,
that's what the point I made.
Yeah, that's what he's making.
What?
I'm saying
everybody's on the same page. You're just not. You guys aren't understanding each other.
Hey, welcome to Cafe Lewis channel. Where you arguing about the same thing? Y'all arguing about the same thing. Let's go.
I'm just gonna go through a few of these super chats. Big up to President.
Big up everybody.
Whereas the banner boys for Mount now probably crying into their Mount shirts. Recycle that shit and get Kante the one he deserves. Big up to Keyshawn saying, did you see Johnny Minerals tweet? Yeah, what a load of waffle, but that guy's empire is falling in front of his fucking eyes. I don't blame him. He is probably experiencing premium A1 head loss. And you know what? Hold that. Big up to Mike Martin saying, what was that?
Bro's whole livelihood is going out the door. He's got a deep conundrum to deal with.
Hey man, Avanti West Coast trips to Manchester sorts him out nice. It's all good. Big up to I'm saying if you told me that, if you told me that we were going to get around 120 to 130 for Mount and Havertz, I'd tell you that you're smoking some good stuff. All that Saudi talk, and we're getting 120 million for a flop and a 1-year contract. Exactly, but again, this is why people have to put some respect on Todd Bowley's name. The man is just a good businessman. But I think this summer's going to do a good job in reinforcing a lot more people's support of him.
Can I make a point about the transfer outgoings and like the hysteria over the last few days?
And I'll add to it after you finish.
There's all this talk about how like Chelsea selling players to Saudi is like immoral or should be against the rules or whatever, like basically like laundering money, right? But funnily enough, if we sell Kovacic, if we sell Kovacic and Gallagher for a combined total of 75 million and you sell Mount for 60 and Havertz for 65,
it's the same thing.
You've got 200 million from 4 players that are probably selling within England. So I don't understand why all this crying is done. Because if you just look at the sums of money being reported, most of Chelsea's outgoings are going to be generated from Premier League clubs.
Yeah, but people are just complaining about us getting the wages off our
See,
books. That's all it
I will
is.
let
Like
you
people are just
Peter.
gonna keep complaining no matter what. There's not. That's what we are. We're Chelsea,
I
and that's
heard the new one
what
today.
people do
I
is
actually
complain
heard
about us.
something new today. The Chelsea
What you
take
hear?
advantage of Saudis.
We're taking advantage of the Saudis.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
We
That's
are going to take
hilarious.
advantage of the richest people on the planet. Okay, yeah, because that happens.
Yeah, no, like, for example, like the guy. There's a Arsenal fan said on Never Fall saying that the only club that will buy those players from us are Saudis. Nobody else could have bought them. For example, he said that nobody will buy Koulibaly, nobody will buy Ziyech, nobody will buy Lukaku for 60 if he goes over there. My point to him was, you're right. If we were selling Koulibaly to European teams, we wouldn't sell him for 20 like we selling to, what's his name, to Saudis.
Hell no.
That's how it actually works. You sell a few player on the high wages you cannot afford to, and you want to get rid of them. The only way you can sell them, sell cheap.
You got to sell them cheap.
I can bet you that we can sell Ziyech for more than 8.
Way more than 8.
You see what I'm saying?
You can get 20 odd for Ziyech. Easy.
But nobody's mentioning that Ziyech is 8 mil. Nobody's mentioned that Koulibaly is only 20 or 25. You see what I'm saying? And technically, those are only 2 players that we sell. The rest of them, and we sell them for 30 mil, man, combined, like 35 mil. So how?
Again, people just like to complain about Chelsea because Chelsea does things differently. That's just what it is.
But it's like you have to, people, when they're having this conversation, it would be nice to also acknowledge that other leagues are a bit cash poor right now. Like Inter probably wants 4 or 5 of our players. They just can't afford them.
Yep.
So no, we're not going to straight loan you Lukaku. Screw that. We did that once. We're not doing it again. No, we're not just going to simply loan you Chalobah. Have some sort of obligation to buy him at some point.
And not only that, we put a clause. We want a buyback clause too. Fuck that.
Yeah, like
you ain't got no money, so you got to work with our fucking rules.
Yeah, like if you don't have the funds to pay for the player, you can't dictate how you get that player.
Exactly. You ain't dictating the terms, you broke bitch.
Well, I think the thing is people thought that we weren't going to be able to move these players off, and we were going to be like on a flash sales now. Now everybody realizes we don't actually have to do these flash deals that everyone thought we were going to be doing, and we can actually demand the type of pricing that we want for
we kind of did.
No,
we
but
kind
Joey,
of all the ones,
Saudi deals are just kind of like
they're kind of
but
flash
Joey,
sales.
it's because people are thick. Like teams have been doing this for ages. Like I said this in like months ago. It's not hard getting rid of players. It's not hard if you're smart about it and you look at every avenue possible to get rid of these players. It's easy getting rid of players. It's not a difficult thing. People make it seem difficult because we made it look difficult for years. We were fucking doing stupid shit with Batshuayi and Bakayoko and Babaraman and all these man. Because we made it look hard and people think, oh, it's so difficult to get rid of players. No, it's not. It's never been difficult getting rid of players. Because there's always a market for some players. There's always a market for players. Always.
Well, there's always been like one of these types of leagues too. Like there's always been like a league that is willing to spend money on players just to get their league more well known. There's always those types of leagues around. Like it's never gonna stop either. It's either the MLS, it was China at one time, it was Russia at one time, and now it's just the Saudis. It's just there's no difference in it.
Yeah, every single season there's those fringe leagues that always take the retirement players that we have, like the Greece leagues, like the Turkish leagues. Like they're always taking retirement players. So why is it new that Conte is going to a retirement league? Like it's not news. Like it's just simple.
I remember that one year that it was like Russia and they bought Willian before we got him.
Alex, you remember when they signed Hulk? You remember when
Hulk they signed Eto'o and
beast. He was a fucking beast in Russia, man.
It was it wasn't just one time. The league was always there, slightly more competitive compared to like China. They didn't try to raise the league. They just tried to be. It's basically the Russians became billionaires really, really quick because of the oil prices.
Yeah, real quick.
That was what happened to the Because that's what happened to the owner of Angie and the owner of Monaco. Because like they got loads of money.
Angie was the name. That was the
Bro,
name I was
they
thinking
had
of,
to sell all of them because they ran out of money.
Alex, I have a question for you. You probably would know this. For the Russian league, are teams kind of owned by like oligarchs there, and is it kind of like is it like an ego thing where like people start spending money, and it's kind of because they do the same for women's basketball, right?
Yes. No.
Fuck yes. Hell yeah. Well, same thing women's basketball. Yeah.
Same thing as women's
basketball. They sign all the best American players.
And have them play on the off
in the
season.
early 2010s, like Angie signing a bunch of players out of nowhere that were like highly sought after in the rest of Europe.
Yep.
It's just that club specifically because if you think about it, you know who used to play there? What's his name? Roberto Carlos.
Yep.
He was there.
They signed so many players. They signed. It was Eto'o, Carlos,
William didn't come.
Lasana Diarra. They signed. I think.
William was actually found at Angie. He was nobody when he joined Angie. William.
Nah, he played for Shakhtar and he was a monster.
He played for Shakhtar. Yeah, he played
for Shakhtar. He was a monster at Shakhtar, and he kicked our ass that 1 year.
Shakhtar after.
No, I was about to say he was in Russia first.
He was at Shakhtar first. He was in Shakhtar.
No, it wasn't. You can look it up. Go ahead and look it up.
We bought William.
We bought it from Shakhtar. We didn't buy
it
from...
No, he was...
No, we bought him from Angie.
Yeah. I can tell you that now. Like, we bought him from Angie. He was at Shakhtar before.
Yeah, I know that for a fact, actually.
I'm looking at it now, by the way. Like, you can argue me if you want. I'm looking at it now.
Because after the way he played at the Shakhtar in the Champions League...
Yeah, we were supposed to get him. We were supposed to get him before he went to Angie, but he went to Angie and then we ended up getting him.
I'll tell you why, because he was there the same year. That's why.
He was there for 6 months then?
Yeah, I think it might have only been 6 months.
2013, he played for both clubs. That's why.
It's because, like I said, like the owner of that club literally got a load of money, as Alex said, from oil or from wherever, spent it all in that club, and within 6 months they ran into money troubles and had to sell their entire team.
Yeah, he only played 11 games for them, Alex. That's why.
He wasn't there long. But
it wasn't long. Yeah, but it definitely was that. That was definitely the route of path.
Like with these leagues that we've seen sprout up in relatively recent times, be it Russia, granted, they kind of have like the oligarch ego contest, and China didn't really want to open up their product to the rest of the world. The difference with what I'm seeing in Saudi, or at least what I think will be the difference, is they're getting a lot of Muslim, already world famous footballers, right? It seems to be a state-backed project, and they are building towards a tangible goal, i.e. the 2030 World Cup, which isn't officially theirs, but will become theirs.
No, they're doing it a lot smarter than any of the other people have done.
Like FIFA has no leg to stand on because Qatar just had a World Cup. By all accounts, it went pretty well. People still watched it. There really wasn't a problem. So look, if people think that the Saudi money is just going to dry up in the next couple of years, I don't really think that's...
I don't think so.
No, it's not going to. And FIFA does not.
That's going to be a recognized league.
The Chinese government is the one that actually stopped from Chinese football clubs to do what they wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah, because
United China government still obliges, private companies still obliged to the government. So they the ones that stopped it, not FIFA, not UEFA. Nobody stopped
the government put 100% tax on foreign players.
Exactly. So what happened was that's the reason China did not progress.
Damn. Think about the price of Oscar now. Think about the price of Oscar now.
Alex, it's not even just that as well. It's the fact of like their rules around foreign players are way stricter than Saudi Arabia. In China, it was like 3 foreign players in the squad. But it was like you could have more. You could have more in the actual like registered, but in a match day squad, it was max 3. Whereas for Saudi Arabia, they've just upped it to 8.
That's what I'm saying, and it's not hard to push the legislation in Saudi Arabia because at the end of the day, it's not the government; it's the one person. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, in China, you have to do it at specific steps. It's easier. For example, the same thing with Russia. In Russia, one person decides what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. That same thing with MLS. That's why it takes longer to MLS. MLS had the money. MLS has the billionaires. But for some reason, they decided to make that step slower. And that's it. I think what Saudi Arabia is doing, first of all, it's best. It's good for the region because how many times we've been saying that those players from Middle East all of a sudden became such a quality players. I cannot ignore it. If they will build up that league, or they will build up that part of the world, I think it's going to be competitive. That's all I'm saying.
Why the fuck?
I agree.
Hold on. Why is this tweet? Why is this tweet so fucking like biblical?
I think I don't know, but apparently they're saying AC Milan. I think they're signing Lukaku.
Like there's so much dramatic effect. There's so much dramatic effect.
Because that's
an idea was born in
and it's
Milan.
probably a back page.
In these hours, a sensational idea was born in
the
Milan.
guy's probably using the Google Translator
Yeah,
from
thinking
Italian.
of signing Romelu
it's
Lukaku.
AI. It's just AI.
Milan, if you want Lukaku, 40M.
Yeah, AC Milan. AC Milan.
Interesting.
Would he do? Would that snake do that?
I mean,
probably.
Why
I
not?
mean,
I mean, he's already such a snake. Why not?
We'll see
Why
how bad he
wouldn't
wants to leave. How bad do you want to leave, Lukaku? You want to go to your the one place that wants you? Do you want to go to the
fucking
rivals?
hilarious twist if this is.
He will actually kiss the badge.
No. You see, it's about like Scott said. It's about how we previous hold on to the players and not selling them. It's about the same thing. Would actually show me that the previous regime, the players that like they didn't have no ambitions. All those players that Marina didn't sell re-sign a contract. Where the ambitions of those players? They didn't have no ambition, so they don't have no problem signing 1 year loan.
Exactly. It's also because they're getting paid massive wages. Like the wages they're getting paid is a lot larger than like the risk. Like the equivalent of what Batshuayi was probably getting is the equivalent of like what in the same position, right, in the squad is. It's like let's just say, I don't know, like you got Ziyech on 100k a week, whereas Batshuayi probably at the time is getting like maybe 70-80 grand more than that a week. So it's like, why does he have to go elsewhere?
I don't
why
think
does
we
why
paid for his Koulibaly, his wages.
Like, you know what I mean though, like what it's more of like a, I kind of agree with you in terms of like it's a comfortability thing. These guys have no need or no like they've got no incentive to go elsewhere because they know they're just chilling, they're loving life, they're like there's no incentive for them to go anywhere else. Whereas now with these guys,
if you will show the books, the one thing that was proved by the old regime, even the loan system did not work in the first team favor. It didn't work in the first team favor. But one thing it did, it created money. It created money in the bigger picture. So what I'm saying is, like, as much as we want to complain about it, those players did not have no ambitions, man. They really didn't. They didn't.
What are they waiting for with Azpilicueta? What are they waiting for?
I think he's gonna be staying at Chelsea for a while because I don't think.
Alex, stop your eyes, man. Fidua.
Nobody's coming forward for Azpilicueta. That's it.
To do what? If he stays, then there's a chance he might get on the pitch. No, bro.
I mean, he's not gonna get on with Malo Gusto.
Nobody's coming forward for him.
Stop your eyes, bro. If he's
gonna be a traffic cone. He's gonna be one of those. He's gonna be one of those free kick cones. He's gonna be one of those free kick cones.
You ever seen Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
You mean there's a chance?
No. He's gonna be, what's his name? The water boy. He's gonna be the water boy.
Has anybody seen him linked to anything?
No.
Nothing.
No, bro.
That's why I'm scared. That's why I just
think
brought
he's
it
gonna
up.
retire, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's
No,
why-
it's not gonna happen, bro. Nobody just gives away money like that.
That's why Scott never mentioned him when fighting for the right side center back. Why Scott didn't mention Usby?
You funny.
Oh, because we're talking serious.
Like Peter said it best, bro. If we're debating Aspi starting in at centre back,
No,
by the
not
way, the
starting.
back four.
A third choice, a third.
Oh,
choice
if he's
back
in the
on right
running,
side.
bro. If he's in the running for playing centre back in a back
Alex,
four,
I'm not
in
even trolling. I'd
2023,
rather have you play center back right now than him. Like, I love Azpilicueta. I love what he's contributed for Chelsea. I'll always respect him, but it's time, and it's been time for a couple of years.
It's time to go.
Yeah. In the words of that famous man, Claude.
Big up, Claude. Rest in
I heard
peace.
something about what's his name? Johnny did something on the stream. Is that something significant?
Oh, you just perfect timing because someone just sent me a video and I was gonna play it.
Oh god.
Everyone, please remain silent through the video.
Turn your volumes down. Turn your volumes down.
Everybody would like to just remain quiet.
I just saw the caption, by the way. I want to know what he said about Lee Gunner.
Hold up. Turn the volume up.
Everton's going to Arsenal, and now they've got their Bergkamp replacement. And I'm saying that. I say it with fucking chest, bro. You see, his missus loves London. Arteta, Lego merchant, wants Kai Havertz. So we got Kai Havertz going to Arsenal. And now they've got their Bergkamp replacement. And I'm saying that. I say it with fucking chest, bro. You see, this guy will ball out at Arsenal. You think he's going to be a flop. Even Lee Gunner, bruv, is coming out going, oh, this is a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace. Kai Havertz has won more fucking Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup than the entire history of Arsenal Football Club. You got an actual fucking born winner at your football club. You should drink the minerals in, embrace it, and watch your Bergkamp fucking baller, yeah, which he is the baller. He will ball out Arsenal. And Arteta, funny enough, Lego head merchant, will actually play him in the right position, and he will land the minerals. And it fucking winds me up that we have allowed this player, Elite, go to Arsenal, yeah, or any club. You let him go. What's the point in
now it sounds better.
Youth players, bringing youth potential that ain't fucking won anything, and selling the ones that we got that have won at our football club? What's the fucking point? What ambition?
Call me a fucking river.
It's all about wage structure. The wage structure determines how much profit they make.
Blood pressure.
Bro, one Champions League.
I would like to point out one thing about all of this, right? Making this point about how youth players don't win shit. Cool. In general, kind of checks out. You want to know what the first trophy Mason Mount and Kai Havertz lifted was? The Champions League. Yep. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, we won it with a bunch of 22-year-olds a couple years ago.
Bro called him a winner, and we've lost 3 finals.
You can't convince me bro has watched a single game of this season. Like, there's no way you've seen a single game of Chelsea this season and you can defend them. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Look, if Havertz and Mount do well at their new clubs, cool, fair enough. You earned your move, they get your money, have a good career, whatever. But what I don't want to happen is for Havertz and Mount to score 3 or 4 goals by like next fall, and then people say, "Oh, we shouldn't have sold them." Like, we tried this for 3 years, didn't really work that well. It's clear we needed to go in a new direction. Okay, just let it go. Let it go. It's okay.
I'm getting mad 2019 vibes though. Just the feeling of a new team going into the season. I'm excited.
See, 2019, I wasn't excited, but like I was.
Me either.
I was excited.
Not excited.
We got a legend back. I was excited. I was
interested to see like.
I was intrigued.
Exactly, that's the right word. I was intrigued.
These guys.
I thought we were going to finish 6th, honestly.
Yeah, we had some. I don't want to call it a great window, but we had a big window. We had a big window.
That window is one of the worst we've ever had.
I know, but it was a big one. Even if it was bad, it was big. But we had a new manager, a big window. It was intriguing. This is just as intriguing.
But yeah, I don't know. Johnny Minerals, I don't know what he's gonna do, man. But he'll figure it out.
I mean, he's done for. The next stream.
He's done for. His content is done for.
Suicide Watch.
Hold that.
Hey man, he can start doing.
Yeah, what is he gonna actually talk about now?
He's gonna start on
talk about like Arsenal and Manchester United.
No. He's just gonna go. He's gonna go straight.
He's gonna join Johnny United. He's gonna be joining Johnny United.
That's just it.
It's gonna be Johnny streams.
Oh my god!
Right, big up to JT Thompson saying Edu on a previous channel, I think, said Chelsea not doing nothing special, that Arsenal could get 20 players sold to Saudi. Bro's just salty with his arguments. Big up Lewis from I can't see the country, but
Guyana.
Big up to yourself.
That's Guyana, bro.
Big up my brother. Big up, bro. And
you got one guy that's sitting on your team that you're looking to get rid of?
Send 20 players to Saudi yourself if you can do that.
Yeah, if you can do it, let's see it.
And big up to George saying Thiago Silva refused to leave.
Let's see you get rid of Rob Holding.
Thiago Silva refused to leave this summer to go back to Brazil, and he's 39 soon. And some people big up these 2 spoiled rats all the time. Get rid. Another one that people try to throw under the bus.
People think that Thiago Silva ain't starting next season. You're mad thinking that.
Okay, okay. So let's pretend, right? Thiago Silva got offered an extension, which if I was in charge, I don't think I would have offered him. But obviously, I'm not in charge, and he got offered it. Fair enough. He accepted the extension. Are you then going to turn around and then reasonably expect him to leave after accepting a 1-year extension? Like, what would have changed his mind in that short of a time? You can't exactly force a player out of a club weeks after offering them a 1-year extension. Like, if Mount would have accepted the 1-year contract extension, right? The prove it contract is like essentially.
First of all, if you think that the way did not go through in their mind and just decided only to extend his contract a few weeks before that, it's on you, Peter, because they did not change their mind. They was definitely knowing what they were doing. They offered it the way they offered it. And if he wanted to leave and didn't see the future, he would just not extend the contract. That's
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't make sense to call him anything or expect him to leave after putting a contract on the table. That's like essentially like
Are you talking about the super chat?
Yeah, like what Aspliqueta did. Like, would I have offered him an extension last year? No, but you offer him an extension knowing that he's going to like.
I kind of don't see your point. Why not? If it was you, you will not offer Thiago Silva extension.
Like, I would have done that in the spring. No,
based on how he played, I would.
I mean, like, he's turning 40. We've got a bunch of young center backs that need minutes. That's really how I look at it.
Right, but if he's gone, who's the veteran?
As much as you want, I don't want to put my young
but
center
somebody has
backs
to be you have to have some veteran in the locker room.
Yeah, like if he's gone, there is no.
You
veteran.
can't have all young guys.
That's fair enough. But, like, I understand it from that.
By the way, all those young players, they performed the best when they beside Thiago Silva.
Right.
It's always been like that. Anybody who played beside Thiago Silva always played the best. And the ones every time Thiago Silva is not
there, they make mistakes.
Look, it's fair enough. Like, whether you guys think
City, Peter's gonna school Alex. I never stop learning. If anybody can teach me something, I will gladly use the knowledge.
But no, I don't think forcing Thiago Silva out of the club after offering him a contract does anything for anybody except make us incompetent.
I think it was a good decision from both parties, even from him and from the club.
If he wants to stay and they're going to put it on the table, am I upset at him for accepting it? No, I'm not. Like, I don't dislike him at all. Like, I just think you're turning 40. Might be better to have other people play. But again, if the manager picks him, knowing how crucial this season is and like getting back into Europe, if the manager picks him, then I'm assuming he's of the level to still contribute. I don't want people hiding behind the he's 40 excuse if we don't get the results we want.
That's the problem. It will be more on manager if he will start youngsters and they lose the game,
of course,
based on your youth, than versus veteran.
Of course. But again, like, that's the whole kind of zooming in too far and maybe chasing short-term results instead of like an actual like project. Kind of what Graham Potter started doing towards the end, where we ended up like compromising principles and just putting out funny teams. But like it is what it is. We'll see. But on the bright side, guys, 2 of the Chuckle brothers are gone. Links for other players will come as like, because we still are waiting for a lot of players to make moves. Like, West Ham are clearly going to have to replace Declan Rice, and they're going to have £100 million burning a hole in their pocket. So you saw Fulham slapped like a 90 million price tag on João Paulinho because they know that West Ham are going to go.
No, what's the real price tag? What's the
real
price tag?
90 mil.
They said 90 mil.
They said 90.
The real price tag is not for sale. The 90 mil is just to scare you off.
That's it. I was gonna say it's the same shit that West Ham did with Rice. It's the same thing that Palace did with Zaha.
Hold on, wait. So if they slap 90, that means they're gonna take no less than 70, 75. He's not worth.
No, it means they'll probably not take any less than 90.
That means that they don't want to sell.
No, if you come with 75, they're selling.
He's not even worth 75. Like,
bro.
Of course he's not. Of course he's
bro,
not.
Paulinho is one of their most important players, and
he's their best player. Let's let he's probably their.
They're basically doing the get away from me nigga like line.
That's it.
Yeah, but if somebody came in with 75,
that was always going to happen.
No. You've got.
They don't want to sell him.
Honestly, you'd have to pay above 90. You'd be looking at probably 100, 110, 120 because they don't want to let him go.
I'm not even gonna
Those
lie.
individuals is
I feel
important.
I feel so much better knowing they slapped that tag on him, because if anybody would have got him for less than 50, I would have been so fucking pissed. Like,
Yeah.
why did we not be a part of that?
Fact.
Well,
Facts.
a
But
lot
for
of
that number,
a lot of people will be
shit.
saying why you paid 80 for Casado when you had the.
Nah, I don't not worry about those people. They're our word, and they're not Russian. Okay,
But it's
fuck that.
But until
Casado
these
is the
domino,
best. To me, he's the best young midfielder at what he does in the
Yeah, I
world. To
agree,
me,
Casado.
at that age, yeah, he's the best.
until a bunch of these dominoes in the Prem start falling, you're not gonna see moves like making. You're not just gonna see the wheels turning. Like a couple things will have to happen before an opening for a Gallagher to go to a club and play arises that he kind of wants. I'm sure Everton would love him, but he didn't want them in January. I don't see why he'd go.
What Gallagher's gonna bring to a team we don't need. I think Gallagher's he can score goals. If you look at how he shoots, you can tell he's the goal scorer. He can get you 6 to 8, maybe even 10 goals in the season. That's cool. But he's also gonna fuck up your play. He's not technically good. I don't want him. Like he doesn't fit. I just don't like how he plays.
Yeah, he needs to realize he
Just
needs
don't
to be
like-
shipped
he's
off to a
not-
counter-attacking side.
He's not the type of player I like to see.
He's a mid-table
starting
player.
a game at
But
all.
it's he will find he'll get suitors over the course of the summer. People just got to be a little bit.
Of course. Because he's not a shit player. He's just not. I don't like how Gallagher played football, and he's just not it. He can't
I
dribble,
just
bro.
think the players like Gallagher will go at the end of this window.
Yeah.
Like Gallagher, Robin Loftus-Cheek, I think will be.
Yeah, after we've
seeing-
made some
I'd rather
signings
us
and
be
stuff,
stuck
I
with
think.
Ruben than Gallagher. Ruben
Yeah.
is way better than
Facts.
Gallagher than way better. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Ruben is a better football player than Gallagher right now.
Yeah, even I'll admit that. I
It's
thought
not saying
Gallagher is
much,
better
but
player
yeah.
than he was. But I'm not
it's
gonna
not
base
saying
Gallagher's. I'm not gonna base Gallagher's career based on Chelsea's season, because that's mad to rate any players based on Chelsea's previous season. It's just mad.
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking. Scott got me hyped to see Caldwell on the tour. I want to see
I
what
think it's
Caldwell.
quality.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him live. I want to see what he look like out there.
I
Y'all guys
just
got
wanna
me very
see-
excited to see him. Him and Santos is the two guys I got my eyes on.
Which one you going to?
July 22nd in Philly.
I'll be there.
Huh?
He's coming. He's
I'll be
by the way,
there.
to answer this question, he's coming back from his loan spell. Monaco didn't want to buy him.
Yeah, they didn't
He's still
play
Chelsea.
50. He was meant to play 50%.
Coming back.
He was meant
He's
to play
still Chelsea,
50% of his games in order to activate the obligation
Hey,
to buy.
there's our fifth choice centre back when we can't sell him because no one wants
Bloody
him.
hell.
And
Yeah,
everyone
not
forgets.
the right side, Scott.
He's Muslim as well, man. Send him to Saudi.
Yeah, so now we definitely can sell Chalaba. Since we got
No,
Salah.
no, he's Muslim, man. We can send him to Saudi as well. It's fine.
Oh man, I guarantee this guy ends up being our next Rahman. Just for some, everyone forgets he's there. He ends up staying for like 7 years, bro. Just for no
Ain't he
reason.
on like 100K?
I
Yeah, he
don't
is.
know.
Yeah, he's on 100K.
Yeah, but
I
we
can't
signed
even
him for
believe-
free though. He got signed for free.
I can't even believe this guy literally, like, 2 years ago was one of the best centre backs in Ligue 1. I can't even believe that, man. Like 2-3 years ago.
I don't know what happened.
Listen, man.
Big
Downfall
up
was happening
Dwayne
quick.
saying Silver's needed 100%. Our centre backs are talented but raw. I wouldn't really say that about Badiashile and Fofana. I feel like they've been two of our best players this season.
They've still
Yeah,
been
but-
kind of raw though.
I can.
Badiashile hasn't.
No.
Yes, he been. There's a
I
couple
think
of years
Badiashile has
Badiashile
as well.
wasn't good. Yeah.
Well, there's been a couple of games like where I've seen
Especially at the
Badiashile
end of the
really
season
uncomfortable,
as
bro.
Too. Malang Sarr's Muslim also.
Fofana had the
Yeah.
United game, but other than that, I don't really remember.
No,
a terrible-
Fofana
Fofana
had a
was poor
few.
against Madrid.
Fofana
had a
has
couple.
actually had the more than
Yeah.
Badiashile.
Oh yeah, the Madrid away game.
Fofana was shocking in Champions League. Oh, shocking.
I'll say there was that game against who was the Zagreb, that the game under Tuchel.
The first
Where
one.
him and Koulibaly
Him
were
and
showed up trying to
Koulibaly.
play who can be the worst defender. Like who
Well,
can be the worst centre
Koulibaly
back
was
on the
right.
pitch.
Fofana was chasing for the same ball. He should not.
For the
be
most part, though, the pair of them have been very solid for the first
Yeah,
season.
They'd be
Yeah, for
good,
the
but
most
you can
part.
still see their age. I feel like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I think Thiago Silva is must to be playing every game and the youngsters around them to learn.
I mean, that's fair. Like, I'm never going to advocate against Thiago Silva starting. So
I mean, if he drops form, he drops on the bench. That is easy as it is.
Simple as. Like, defense is our strongest suit.
Exactly.
By a mile.
Yeah.
By a
no,
mile,
I don't
by a
think we
mile.
need any more defenders, bro. Like,
We
Yeah,
don't.
we don't.
even
The only-
fullbacks. Like
we
maybe
don't. The only-
Depends if we
No,
sell
we don't need
Cucurella or
fullbacks.
Chulo.
That's the thing. We only need centre or fullbacks or centre backs if guys leave. Like it's one in,
Yeah.
one out.
It
Or
depends
one
what
out,
happens with Cucurella, bro. I actually think Cucurella's going to improve under Poch.
I
Like,
think
quite a
Big
lot.
up casually for the raid.
I think anyone that thinks we need to sell him is just like,
My guy,
at least give him a
Very
chance.
mad. Very mad that
Hope
thing.
you lot are celebrating as well, my guys.
I mean,
Hope you lot are celebrating.
I won't
Oh,
rate.
Lewis, did you see Jim's mad at you for your stream, your Kai stream?
Who?
Jim, you didn't watch Jim's, the beginning of Jim's this morning? He was like, Lewis has a stream celebrating Kai leaving.
Jam. He means Jam.
Jim.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He was like, Lewis,
He's just pissed because he got a scarf with Havertz's face on it, and now he's ratted it.
Now
I didn't know he was a Kai stan like that until I heard him complain, and I was like, oh, he must be a Kai stan. And
The
then once he
amount of
said that, the whole
arguments we've had this season over Havertz.
the chat started going for him. The chat was like,
I
you're
was Kai
rattled, you're
stand before
rattled.
this season. I'm willing to give him before this season. I said this is the season when I'm gonna be. It's it. Cut the
You know what?
umbilical cord.
I was
You know
there,
what?
but I didn't have a lot of faith. Didn't have a lot of faith.
Do you know what has a Havertz jersey? This one over here.
Who, Ahmed? Yeah,
Ahmed,
Ahmed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
one
an
second.
ugly ass number. Why would you even want to have a 29? That's fucking ugly. I would never
No,
buy.
he
I
got
don't
the
care
Germany
what-
one.
Bro, Jimmy, Havertz can follow in the long line of successful number 29s at Arsenal, the likes of Matteo Guendouzi and Granit Xhaka.
No, I find that as a gift.
Sorry, I forgot another one. The legendary Marouane Chamakh.
Ooh, nice. He has somewhere to live up. He has something to live up to now, man. Man, that is something to live up to.
Did
That
you
Chamakh
hear-
comp
I
is
heard
going to
the-
be
I heard
something to live up
Arsenal-
to.
I heard the Arsenal fan saying he's gonna play. What position is he's gonna play? And somebody put it in super chat. 8 3/4.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna play, man. The 8 3/4.
He's gonna
They
be 8
be making up
3/4.
shit. He said
8
Havertz is
3/4.
Bergkamp. Think about that shit.
Man,
It's a disgrace. If
He
I was
said
an Arsenal
Havertz-
fan, I'd be
disgusting to think
offended.
about, to be honest.
He said Havertz is
Bro,
Bergkamp.
yeah.
Man, that's
Nah,
such a disrespect to my legend, you know, crazy.
Well,
That's ridiculous, bro. That's
yep.
insane.
False 8. As far as we knew, what's his name? Class ref was predicting the future. False 8.
Big up Alex. Big up my guy Alex. I'm also fried as fuck, so that's why the glasses. Yes.
Pulisic after Mount.
Yeah,
He's going on loan to AC Milan, isn't he?
Half of your face.
Yeah, Pulisic could be leaving on loan as Chelsea is struggling to find teams for a permanent deal. Big up Pulisic though, he's not trying to force his way out of the club. So let him just
Exactly.
happen. But hey, one gets abused by the fan base, one gets a banner. So
It's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
I
What
thought,
does that
I
even
thought
mean? Do you want Pulisic to stay next year?
Nope.
I'd rather he
Well, then
goes
wouldn't
just
you
for
want him to
everyone's
force his way
benefit,
out?
but like I don't have any bad energy towards Pulisic. It's like it's just better that you leave.
He's not a good player though. Like he's not good.
there's a.
Yeah, that's why
I thought-
there he goes.
Yeah, man. He's just really injury prone. Just time to move on.
That is what it is.
Another player we did not celebrate, Ziyech, is leaving.
Yo, I got called anti-Islamic, bro. I don't want to start talking about ZH, man.
Also, that's what I was going to bring up, by the way, actually. On the Jody thing earlier, this man's talking about all these guys that won this much. So is Pulisic and Ziyech, and he cusses both them out. They won the same trophies.
Pulisic had clutch moments against Madrid.
That's fine. If you want to be technical about it and be
Sure
like,
did.
if
Is
you
he
kind of
gonna
want to
go
be
on?
like,
Is Pulisic
Oh,
has 1
stop.
year left?
I was just gonna say, if
No.
you want to be like, kind
think
of
it's 2, no?
almost shameless
Yeah,
about
he
it.
has
You can
2.
say that Pulisic's won more because he's won international trophies.
No, Oliver,
Oh,
he's got 2 years left, bro.
What international trophy Pulisic has?
Gold Cup,
2 Nations
Nations
Leagues,
Oh,
and he got gold cups.
Let's be serious.
2 gold cups now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to be shameless about it, you could
I
run
mean,
that.
technically,
It's nothing to be shameless about. You
He has
play in
2
the
you
region,
Nations
know,
you
Leagues,
play
you know
1
in.
Gold
what's
Cup.
no. You know what's funny when fans that never achieved nothing in this game are rating the trophies. You know how big is it for Pulisic, that trophy, that Nations League trophy? I think it's pretty big for him.
It's pretty fucking
huge.
big. We've won the
Of
only
course
2 in
it's big.
existence.
Yeah.
Hold on. So wait, let me
It's
ask
like winning
people
the
this.
Euros in that area. Like that's what.
No, but let
that's
me
as
ask
good
people
as it
this:
gets.
when you watched Croatia and Spain in those penalty kicks, do that look like they didn't give a fuck to you?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? If the players give a fuck, how could a fan say, "Oh, that doesn't matter"? You sound fucking stupid. Do it look like the players care?
Yeah.
When the players look like they don't care, that's when I say, "Oh, this shit don't matter." When the players look like they care, I fucking care.
Like League Cup, it doesn't matter. I mean, you may say that, but I think it's actually important.
Man, look when they doing penalty shootout in a League Cup, and not even the final, just the advance. Look what the players do. They run around like they just won the fucking World Cup. So make people steer there on top fuckery, man. Yo, some fans be just some of these fans are fucking annoying. Like, and most of them never achieved nothing in nothing athletic. So they don't even know what it is to win anything. They won something on fucking FIFA and they on easy mode with the sliders down and be like, oh, it's nothing to win the League Cup. You don't even play FIFA on the hardest mode. Shut the fuck up, man.
I don't even know what they mean. I think I know what it is because I play Call of Duty like that on easy mode.
Yeah, they put it on the easiest mode and win. Talk about I won all the trophies. Put it on the hardest mode, you pussy.
That's the only game I played is a Call of Duty, and I always play on easy mode because I cannot do it.
You're not Russian. You're not proper Russian.
No, I'm not. I'd rather go outside.
I know, right? He was about to say, walk on my lawn. He said, Jimmy, walk on my lawn.
Yeah, you are not proper Russian. You play on hard mode all the time. I'm from Chernobyl. Where are you from?
What's his name? There's a guy, Lewis posted something, and there's a guy saying they're like, I'm from Chicago. You better watch out.
Yeah, you better watch out. He's from Chicago. You know how many suburbs Chicago got? Don't let that come from Chicago shit.
Where in Chicago are we talking about here?
Exactly.
Like...
You know how much suburbs Chicago got?
Because you could live in the whitest neighborhood in America in Chicago.
Right
exactly. Oh, man. What a day. Offloaded all these players.
I don't think it could have gotten any better, really. It
really
really gotten any better today.
Players.
Caicedo, here we go, would have sent me over the
moon. Has that ever been done before by any other club?
Yeah, I just don't think that's going to happen until after June, the June deadline, because we're just trying to get all the everybody offloaded by the June deadline, and then the signing.
Who is better, Kai or
I don't think they have to wait for that. Caicedo,
I don't think they have to wait. I don't think they have to wait. I just think that's when it's all gonna really.
Wait,
start,
hold on.
Doesn't
FFP ends on the June 30th or something
exactly
like that, right?
because you don't want.
That means this year we've basically turned a profit due to amortization.
Yeah, but the problem is, even if we didn't, we will still pay the fee. We will not get banned. It will be a fee because it's not it's the first. How you say it? First
offense.
Yeah, first offense. So it's not like it was like, oh.
But it's not even going to be an offense.
This is the thing, like
what I'm saying.
No, but this is the thing. Even if with the FFP, and I think this is where people are worrying too much. People forget Everton are getting looked at for FFP for charges or for rules that they broke 4 years ago, and they're only being looked at it now.
City of 2018.
I was going to say that Everton broke FFP in 2019 and only being looked at it now. Like, even if we broke FFP, they ain't going to give a fuck. No one's going to care. As Alex said, we get a little fine. They'll pay that and move on. No one cares.
Yeah,
Exactly.
City is investigated from 2018, man.
That's why I try to tell people about this whole thing about the kit and the steak.com. Let me tell you something. If Potts get us cooking from the beginning, everybody gonna be right at steak.com gambling, man. Nobody don't give a fuck. People care about winning and losing. That's what people care about. Winning and losing. All the rest of this shit is just shit to talk about.
Josh, this is brilliant. Listen, if Barca haven't broken FFP, no one has broken FFP.
Facts.
No, that's
Wow.
a real thing.
Yeah, because like we still don't know where all that money came from last year. What are levers? No one understands what a lever actually is, and like they've been pulling them left and right to buy players. So
Yeah, Minamino's definitely better than
Hey, Ziad,
What the fuck did this guy got
condolences,
here
man.
without invitation, Lewis?
Where's Habibi gone? Where's Habibi gone?
Fuck off,
What are you
Lewis,
saying, bro?
man. What are you saying, man?
Oh, Klasref's in the chat.
Yo,
Welcome back,
Lewis.
Klas.
Lewis, am I right in saying that both Mount and Havertz forced themselves out the club?
Get Klasref on the
Is it a
stream,
real
bro.
class ref or is it a pretender? Because
I don't know. If
Carlito
it's
was
class
a class
ref,
ref one time.
you know my Instagram.
We got to get Klasref on the stream, bro.
Yo, am I
Carlito
right in
used to be
saying
a
that,
class
Lewis?
ref in disguise.
Oh
Lewis,
shit!
am I right in saying that?
No, you never right in saying anything.
What do you mean I'm not right, bruv? Havertz and Mount forced themselves out.
Right,
That's
Klasref's gonna get the link, but someone's got.
Yeah, kick Ziad out.
Shut the fuck up, boy. I just gave.
I'm leaving early. I'm going to sarcasm city. I'm going to sarcasm
Did
city.
he just say hi bye bye? What the
Victor,
fuck?
big up, bro. I'll see you over there.
Fuck it.
Bye bye.
No.
Bye bye.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Fuck it out, bro.
Oh well.
Bye.
You wanted the link to the Havertz stream, but I didn't see it. It was in my DM request.
Yeah, he can hold that, bro. He can hold that.
Forward inbox.
Oh, this is gonna be if it is the real.
What
Klasref,
about Bucklat?
Big up Dwayne saying the only ZH goal I can remember is the Spurs goal.
Yeah, because Dwayne, you're a fucking idiot,
By
Dwayne.
the
That's
way,
why, mate.
there's a guy from there's a guy that I was talking on.
no worries.
His
No
name
worries.
is the guy. There's Arsenal fan that I was just on the Never Fold. He said that Kai Havertz gonna be the best midfielder within 3 months next season.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Lord.
What?
I mean, would you not be surprised if he does well? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
Be very surprised.
Nope. But Lewis, back to the question,
This guy
right?
follows Habibi, so he's
No.
not surprised at all.
Listen. I know my eyes don't lie to me. But listen.
Your eyes are lying to you, man.
No, they don't. But listen.
Habibi, your eyes are literally telling each other, "Don't look at me. Don't look at me."
Yo, listen. I just wanna clarify something, right? Am I right in saying that both Mount and Havertz forced themselves out of the club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to clarify it. Just clarify it.
I think Mount forced himself out more than Kai Havertz, but
Yeah.
Nah, man, both the same. Both the same.
No, Mount was more than Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
Havertz, we offered him a contract and he said, "Fuck you, I want to go to Arsenal."
Yeah, but
And
he still
and
has
he
2 year
repeated it
contract and
multiple
Mount
times.
is one.
No,
Not to be honest.
Come on,
By
Alex, man. You really
By the
think
way,
we're offering someone a
hold on a
1 year
second.
contract?
Hold on a
He's going
second.
to a direct.
Hold on a
He's
second.
going to a direct rap.
We started the conversation. We started the conversation with Matt a year ago. We just started with Kai Havertz.
Yeah, but Kai's going to a direct rival.
You really think
And
we've bloody
I
offered
actually
Mount?
think Man United is more direct rival than Arsenal.
What? That's nonsense.
They
Not
both
because
are.
it's the same city, because the level of the game was always United close.
Arsenal's the bigger rivalry, but they're both big rivals, and they both kind of have the same sort of feeling.
I don't count rivalry based on the city because I don't live in London.
I hear that.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, we need to take
I
you
hear
to an
it.
Arsenal game then.
I hear
We
it.
can't compare
I
our history
understand
with
that.
Arsenal to Man United, bro.
Is that Klasref?
What do you mean?
Apart from when Jose went there, we never had a tumultuous relationship with them. Even when Sir
With
Alex
Manchester
was there.
United?
Yes. Jose and Sir Alex
Will literally start become relevant in this league based in 2000s. The only opposite team was there is
yeah,
United.
but Manchester United to us is like what City you are now. We didn't have that kind of like relationship with them. Well, Arsenal, we definitely did. Wenger and Jose hated each other. Liverpool, we
Who
hated
had more
them.
hate for each other? Who had more
Completely
relationship?
different. They were not rivals. They just were.
Yeah, like I said, my rivalry is different than what people saying. That's not it. I consider
I mean, that's
rivals
you can have whatever rivalry you want. It has to make sense.
It is makes sense. I'm considering rivalry whoever's on my way to win a trophy that season.
So are like City a bigger rival than Spurs now?
For me, yes. I don't live in London.
Okay.
Like, why would I? Hold on a second. What's
Because
the
you
point of
support
me-
Chelsea.
What is the
Shut up, man. What I'm saying is like, what's the point? What's the bigger for me, winning against City or win against City or win against Tottenham?
Tottenham.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh no, that's crazy to me. I agree with you.
I don't care if we. I really don't care if we lose to City
Yeah,
during
I
the
agree
season.
with
I give a
City.
fuck if we lose to Tottenham.
It's City.
Yeah, City
Thank you,
don't
Scotty
mean nothing
Page.
to me.
No. I'm saying not City is like, oh my god. Like,
I
I'm
understand
going,
what
like,
Alex
in the
is
in
saying.
the
Like
title.
if you beat Tottenham, it's like, but if you beat City, you feel like you accomplished something.
He's saying City is a bigger game, but it doesn't mean it's a bigger rivalry.
City is a bigger game.
But it's not a bigger
Tottenham is not
rivalry.
a bigger game than City to me.
It's a bigger game, but it's not a bigger
What I'm saying
rivalry.
is like my rivalry goes based on the game and season.
I understand what
if
he's
City is
saying.
not relevant and Man United is most relevant and they the one on my way to win the Premier League, I think Man United is bigger
Yeah, but
rivalry to me
Alex,
that
you're
season.
confusing bigger games and a bigger rivalry.
No,
we
he's
agree.
telling you
We agree,
his
Man City.
opinion.
I'm telling you
he's
my
not saying
perspective of
Chelsea's
rivalry.
rivalry changes. He's telling you his as a fan,
As
what
a fan,
he's
my
viewing
rivalry
as the
changes.
rival.
That's fair, Alex. But just know, like, you're not like most fans don't really think like that.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what
All
I
right,
meant.
I think
that's what he's
why I'm
kinda
not in
saying.
London.
Fair enough.
Because I understand for people in London, for me, for example, they have to live with those fans. I don't.
No, it's not just people in London. Like I remember the things Arsene Wenger said about my club. I remember the things Fabregas said and did. Like we remember these things, these actions.
Yeah.
We remember the battles with Liverpool in the Champions League. We remember Rafa Benitez saying shit to us. So it's like, obviously, we developed that same hate for them. It's completely different when, like, Jose and Manchester United were just like, it's like kind of how Klopp and fucking City were. Buddy.
I wasn't.
Your ass.
Yeah,
that was it.
Daniel, maybe on the cute level, like, oh, you told me that. I just don't see that because they were irrelevant to me at that time. I didn't see them as a threat in the league.
Yeah, but see,
but
Daniel, this is what I'm saying. What he's getting at is that he's saying the bigger game or bigger rival is who's challenging him for the title, right? But that's completely different to an actual rivalry. It's two different things.
Yeah,
Right,
you have situational rivalries and then you have actual club rivalries. So situational rivalries is like maybe once in a while, like you're challenging this team. Like at some point you can say Leicester was a rival, but is Leicester or Chelsea rival? No.
Brian,
Yeah, that's why.
he just became a fan. Allow him. Thank
There's
you.
a difference
Thank you
between.
Thank you, man.
Who's
Thank
it? Oh, I thought it's fuck you, Brian.
Probably been a longer fan than he is.
Yeah, don't talk to Alex like that, bro. Fuck you, Brian.
Alex is a long time fan. I just don't. That's just a different way.
No. It's. I understand what you're saying because, for example, local college teams, I understand that hate for them I don't care about my season as a college football as long as we beat this team. If we
I didn't even have a college football team. That's fucking.
But you see what I'm saying?
I'll say this though.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Everybody has an opponent they hate. It doesn't have to be who's necessarily the rival of the team. Like people have their own reasons why they hate certain teams. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and the team you hate the most might not be the rival of your club, but when your club play them, you want your club to demolish them because you hate that team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Like I said,
it don't matter who the rival is personally. If it's a specific team you hate them. Like I hate fucking Barcelona.
This is why I hate Liverpool.
I hate Barcelona.
But Barcelona is a rival though.
Yeah, in the Champions League when we are competing versus, look, even hold on a second.
You know what it is? I think like there's certain things other than the games you play against each other that kind of create rivalries, right? Like because we've competed against a lot of teams in the Champions League. Like recently, we've competed against Real Madrid. Like
Real Madrid, yeah, like three years running. Was it 3 years running?
3 years running, right?
Yeah.
But you know, that's like a competitive rivalry, cool. But what we had with Barcelona, completely
That's
different.
a hate. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
These
saying.
guys
I never had that
out
same
saying,
hate.
"Oh, you build a different circumstances cause you to build a different hate, a different
Yes.
rivalry." It's like everybody's not on the same level. And I think for
Yes,
like
I
most
agree with
Chelsea
you.
fans on a European level, Barca is probably number one. We fucking
Barca.
Then
I
Liverpool.
fucking hate Barcelona.
I hate
Fuck
Barcelona. Exactly, Daniel.
And Liverpool.
You
So
are
it's
correct.
like
This is why I never felt the same thing about Arsenal, because I was never that. We were never that with them. Exactly. This is as far as I'll see them.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see
That's
Arsenal. Just
exactly
like
what
that.
I saw Arsenal, because we will never.
Well, the rivalry, it was different because they had the same uppity high horse thing that Barcelona did without being as good. Wenger used to talk so much shit about the way they be played. So much shit about Jose
Yeah, but he
Mourinho.
did it with United too.
No, he didn't.
Rivalry of Wenger.
I think the fact of the matter is that we were just
Wenger
kicking the
respected
crap out of
Alex. He didn't
Arsenal's
do that with
ass
Alex.
pretty much for years
Yeah.
and years. We were beating Arsenal so badly, and like the fact of the matter is, if you're not a fan, if you're not someone from England, you just don't see the nature of the actual rivalry as it was, and the battles between like us and Manchester United during our like glory era were like the ones that really gave us emotions. Like
By
when
the way,
we were
C444. What do you mean nobody remembers Liverpool's game in UCL? The ghost goal. That's the one reason. One of the reasons why I hate Liverpool almost than
Bro, we
anybody.
played them 5 years on the bounce. Can't
Bro,
forget
we
that.
had a crazy rivalry with them in Champions League.
Yep.
Crazy rivalry. And again, the thing with Arsenal, like I said, you build it. A lot of the rivalry is built off the field, and a lot of that was we're beating their ass, but they're still looking down on us, right? And they're still talking like this isn't real football. This isn't this.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like that, and that's irritating. It's like we're boxing, and every sparring session I'm kicking your ass, and you're still like you're not a real boxer. Fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just like I maybe because I never faced that many
hated
Arsenal fans within my life. I faced more Liverpool fans and Barcelona fans.
Yo, Lewis, we got to take him to Tottenham away, man. Get him Ziyech part 2, bro.
Yo,
We gotta
Spurs
take him.
beating us this year was the most painful thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah, that was
to me.
fucking irritating.
Like, so when
That
people
was the
say
most
that's not a
predictable
rivalry,
thing I could see.
that was
It
the
was
most
just
painful game. Because whatever happens, we beat Spurs. It doesn't matter who's in charge, or we always beat them. Till now.
Yeah, but we had a bunch of bozos who didn't
I
give a
remember
shit.
the reason. Even Messi said, no, when Fabregas came to Chelsea and he was talking about that Chelsea-Barcelona rivalry, he said that a lot of Barcelona players hated Chelsea team more than they hated Real Madrid Clasico game.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I did not know that.
You see what I'm saying? Like that,
it's not just
the
him.
rivalry becomes not only because of the city. And I don't get me wrong, I don't disrespect the rivalry between and the city. I'm just like it's harder for the fan that does not present within the city, does not drive with the same people, does not go to school with them on a daily basis since he was a young kid.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, one of my friends is an Arsenal fan, so I've always had, even though I'm not a match going fan, I've always had that deep fucking hatred for Arsenal. So I can
one of your friends, man. I got like 20 friends who are Arsenal fans. I know as much as about Arsenal, like daily, every day, as much as an Arsenal fan. I swear, because that's what I talk
I'm
about.
more with United. I was more with United. Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
that's why I
most
talk
of my
to about
friends were
football
United and
all
Liverpool
day.
fans.
Arsenal fans, all fucking day, me and them.
You see, like mine is Arsenal, Man United, and Liverpool, and I hate Liverpool more than I hate.
Like my football WhatsApp group that I'm in with my friends, like 80-something% of the group is Arsenal fans.
Damn.
Yeah, and none of them, not one of them, like the Kai Havertz signing. Not one, I swear, not one. They are pissed.
Hold that.
They are pissed. When I say pissed,
big up, couch.
Pissed. That's how I know. Like some of these content creators, they're smooching ass. They want to be in good with they're trying to get in good with the club. I swear, because there's no way I'm in a group with like 7 guys all Arsenal fans, and all 7 are like, nah, this is some bullshit. Like none of them have anything positive to say.
But you never know,
None of
Jimmy, man. You never
You
know.
see,
They could be wrong.
I'm like even like
Might be wrong.
within
You
the
never know,
90s.
bro.
Man United still the biggest club in Russia. Like, there's more fans of Man
One of the
United,
biggest
well,
clubs in the
then
world.
in the 90s at least. So that's another thing why I hate my.
Yo, this
probably the
idea of you never know. You never know. Y'all never use that shit with us. Yeah, it's only when the player's leaving us. It's you never know. No, nigga, I know. I seen enough. He's trash. Fuck Kai Havertz. Unless he's gonna go there and Arteta gonna show him how to use his foot, his feet, how to use his calf, his thigh, and all his muscles in his leg when he actually attacked the ball. He's gonna be the same player. He's gonna make all these runs, all these donkey runs up and down, and not score any fucking
Igal
goals.
said the best Kai Havertz is the best in the air. I was like, yeah, I remember when Chelsea fans used to say
Yeah, that means that shows you that they don't watch the games. I expect
just
these
don't
people to
know.
say that. Because most of them do
what's
not
that?
watch
They just
Chelsea
don't
games.
know. What's the TikTok? You just don't know. You just don't know.
Just don't
No,
know.
I got a better TikTok. Arsenal gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
They're about to fuck around and find out. They spent $65 million on fucking
I
donkey.
tell you what,
And
they
not
would
even
probably
donkey from
better.
Shrek.
Hold on a second. They actually
hug
spent
the
better
glove.
if they would have bought Mount than Kai Havertz for that team. If they wanted to,
For
if
that
they
same
wanted to play
position.
that player,
That Xhaka role, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Who suits more positioned? Like they saying that, like, you see what I'm saying? Mount
Yeah,
would
Mount
suit
would
better.
have cooked. Mount would have cooked.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Orson said he
Alex.
meant that he wanted to go to United.
But Alex, I said this on a stream before. It's like this is why, like, with them, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be pissed about this whole transfer with Havertz, and I'd be pissed about this whole situation. You went to Chelsea to get Mount and came back with Kai Havertz.
Yeah, but Mount rejected them, Scott. So it's proper choice.
And you came back with Kai Havertz.
But there's nothing they can really do if the fucking player rejects you.
What's up?
Then look elsewhere, bro. Look elsewhere at someone that suits your team better.
They could
Like,
add the
that's
20 million, and they could actually stop, and they actually could compete for the what's his name for
Caicedo.
Caicedo.
I was gonna say, literally, pay up an extra 15, 20 million, stop being stingy, and go and get Caicedo.
Yeah, but are we gonna sit here and compare
Maybe
Kai
Caicedo has told him he wants to come to
Oh shit! Fabrizio tweeted since we've been on about Mount. You saw that?
Yeah,
Said,
the
man,
idea that Havertz was the best they could come up with, like, depending on where they're going to play him, obviously. But if the idea is to play him in that number 8 role, the fact that they came up with Kai Havertz as the best option they could find is fucking funny.
It's 8 3/4. I swear, man. When I saw 8 3/4, oh my word, I almost pissed myself, man. 8 3/4.
Yeah, it looked like Mount's on his way, bro. I think Mount's on his way.
60 million. That's fucking robbery, man.
You can have another leaving party. Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm not
like an
that
hour
I
ago,
mean,
Fabrizio tweeted about Mount again with Man U. I think it's going down.
60
Oh,
million,
yeah, it's
Jimmy,
going
man.
down.
60 million is a joke.
I just
Oh,
thought
yeah,
that
yo,
he
that's
will. I
surprised.
thought that he's gonna sign a contract. By the
But
way.
man,
Hey, Daniel,
Foley,
you're a Mount fan. Hold that, Daniel.
Foley, you have done some wonderful
that?
things. 150 million for Kovacic, Kai, and Mount. Go get us some good players with that, man.
One player.
I had a look, by the way, earlier as well. Do you know, like, so with all the players that we've either sold or let go on a free in terms of
Mount
Kante,
is better.
if we include Mount and Gallagher in that, do you know how much we've saved in wages?
Got a
Because
gazillion.
it's like 1.4 mil a week.
$1
You're
gazillion.
talking about pretend. You're talking about pretend salary, not the current salary.
Oh, Jimmy knows about Austin Powers,
No,
man.
I'm talking about current salary. I'm talking about it was based on one of the
What
websites.
before they left, not what the ones that they ask.
No. So like, I'm talking. So of all the guys we sold right today, plus Kante, and if we sell Mount and Gallagher, we'll have made.
What Mount is 90? Or
Yeah, 80 or 90. But if we sell all of those guys, or with all those guys gone plus the other 2 guys we sell them, it's like, oh no, sorry, it's 1.2. And that wasn't including Gallagher, I don't think, actually. It was just including Mount. If you include Gallagher and Pulisic, it's 1.4.
Can you imagine go and sell a mount and go buy for 40 mil Maguire?
Maguire?
Huh?
Whoa.
Big up Scotty
that
Cadet
big
saying
shit.
I have two good friends, one Loserpool and another little Larcy fans. I met them both during my PhD days, and they're both obnoxious here too in the US. Tell those Arsenal fans to hold that. They've just been robbed of 60 million. So hopefully they aren't as obnoxious now, my guy. But it's good to hear from you, bro. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate the donation.
Hey, you suffer to go for PhD, so how bad is Arsenal fans?
Nerd.
1 second. You know what, Lewis? I'm gonna send a message. Yeah? No. I was listening to the stream earlier, and Kai was like, "There's no need of me." Listen, Kai, bro. You want some? I'll fucking give it, your son. Fucking talk like that. Are you
What
done,
are you
bro?
gonna give, man? The only thing you
Nah,
can
bro.
give
We
is
can't be
Fatur's
talking
neck
shit
brace.
like that, bro. Yo, Kai, I
The
hope
only
you're
thing you
you're
can give
listening,
is
man.
Fatur fat neck.
Fuck off, mate. Listen, I hope you're listening, Kai. Talk shit, bro. Fucking, I had to get that off my chest, man. I had to get that off my chest.
By the way,
Bro was
Kai
shaking
not
while
here.
he was
Who are
saying
you
it.
talking to?
You were
Yeah,
shaking
I
while
wasn't
you were
here when
saying
he
it.
spoke shit about me. I wasn't here.
Habibi, your
Yeah,
voice
you were
is
there.
shaking. Your
That's
voice
why
is
you
shaking.
know.
Nah, man.
Do you want Kai to send him your pictures, DMs?
Nah, I don't roll that way, bro. I don't roll that way. I don't roll that way, bro.
Pythagoras
Well,
in boots. This dude makes good tactical videos. I like his
yeah.
work.
When you got on what's his name on Fatur's neck, did you say that you're not rolling that way? Did Fatur
Move
know
on,
about
man.
it?
Move on, bro. Listen, that picture will go down in history, okay? That picture. That was the moment.
That was the
Yeah,
moment
that
you
picture
lost
You
your
lost
virginity.
2-0.
Yeah, but like, you
What
know what I'm
moment?
saying?
You lost your virginity that day, man.
What
No,
the
Fatur's
fuck?
neck did.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Alex,
You
I know
know,
you
some
wish you
people
were there,
have
man.
some
Alex,
people have
next time,
fat
his
lips
neck
on the back
cherry.
of the neck. What's that called? That fat lips on the back of a neck, you know, like when you...
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if there's a
Habibi,
name for it.
Habibi tried to sneak into the crust or whatever.
He was in them
Fatur's crust.
creases, bro. He put his little Habibi wiener in his creases of his neck.
What the fuck?
Habibi winner.
Don't worry, Alex and Jimmy. Next time we will bring you with us. Come visit
His
UK.
little
We'll bring you.
Habibi kebab, man.
Do you know that
put it on his neck.
I will literally play that. I don't know who this kid is. Who this kid that shit himself. I'm gonna refer you to, like, who's this kid who that shit himself. This is what I'm gonna refer you to.
It's all mad.
Okay, so now,
guys, it is 1:30 though, so
It
we are
is.
going to wrap up the stream. But we're going to raid Flawless. Going to hop onto the Q&A on his channel. You guys know what to say. 60 plus 5.
60 plus
Pay the
5,
cash
bro.
money, Mason Mount, bro. Big up everybody that's locked in. Be back tomorrow, probably for a later stream. And yeah, up the fucking Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Scott, just
What
say
a
yes,
day,
please.
people.
Yeah,
what
bro.
a day.